Hello everybody, it's me Nate aka Devil Dog, and I'm back for another epic rant. I decided to come back to a different area of the woods. Whoa, being attacked by birds and shit up in here. But nonetheless, I decided to come back out to the woods so I could actually get these thoughts off my mind, at least in a nice beautiful area, and enjoy a little bit of nature over the fact of how stressed out I'm getting about this new upcoming thing. I don't know if you've heard of this, but it's this little known game series called Silent Hill. Have you heard of it? Have you heard of it? Has anyone here heard of it? No, there ain't no one here but me, so of course no one else has heard of it. But of course everyone knows what the frick that Silent Hill is. It's one of the best gaming series in history. Yeah, some of them got a little bit flaky and shaky near the end, especially when they gave outside developers like people from the United States, American companies, a chance to do it instead of the original Team Silent. But they broke up a long time ago, and don't even get me going about the Kojima whole thing with Silent Hills. My God, that would have been fantastic if that ever came into fruition. But of course it never did, thanks to Konami smacking them down like that. I mean, and I'm still pissed that I had to hard set my damn system because I lost damn PT on there. That thing made the system worth over a couple grand easy. But here is the rant that I'm currently talking about. There's been lots of rumors here lately, for a long time in fact, that they were making more Silent Hill games. And just about everybody was all for it. They're like, yes, 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 no problem. 3 different Silent Hill games in the pipeline. Because God knows Konami won't get off their fucking asses and do anything with the IP anymore. So at least, I wish they would just sell it to somebody else, Sell it to somebody else. But no, instead, I guess they're going to be like splitting some of the rights up to multiple game companies to make different versions of the new Silent Hill. First up, which actually kind of sound kind of cool, an episodic game, almost on the lines of The Walking Dead, made by Supermassive Games. Honestly, a Supermassive game style version of Silent Hill, a totally original remake game of it that was in multiple parts, I wouldn't actually have a problem with that. That would be kind of cool, because Supermassive is well known for making some really good, disturbing games. They're more like playable movies. They're not really games. They've gotten a lot better with some of them, including their up-and-coming The Quarry. I'll make a review about that in the future. But seriously, that's not really what this rant is about either. This rant is about a certain company that is apparently getting the rights to remake the best Silent Hill game ever made, Silent Hill 2. That's right, Silent Hill 2. Of all the games that they decide to do a remake from the ground up, I don't have a problem with that with Silent Hill 2. But here's the kicker. The kicker's always a kicker, ain't there? The kicker, and the main thing that pisses me off, the reason why this rant is here, hopefully I won't fall to my death into this pit, but the fact of the matter is, they decided to go ahead with Bloober Team. Bloober Team. They went with Bloober Team to make the remake of Silent Hill 2. Do you know who Bloober Team is? Nobody knows who Bloober Team is. The only thing they're known for is Layers of Fear, those garbage ass games, and one they made a while back called The Medium. Now, don't get me wrong, The Medium was a pretty decent game, but, Bloober Team sucks at making good plots, good stories, good character development. And hell, they don't have no character development at all in their games. None whatsoever. A good example is The Medium. I've had a conversation with a guy online about this, and how he's saying that The Medium ain't that bad. It's like, listen, and I tried comparing it to Silent Hill 2. Well, why wouldn't they be good at making a remake of Silent Hill 2? It's like, because they suck at story development and character growth. They can't do it with a damn. They do shock and awe tactics, okay? They throw something at you just for the shock and awe, and not for the right reasons. Everyone knows in Silent Hill 2, it was a really disturbing story about the dude and his wife was dying of cancer, so he ended up killing her. And because of that, it put him in such grief, he ended up getting notes from her, even though she was dead, to meet her back in Silent Hill, and he went there, and he suffered his own personal hell in Silent Hill. That's the whole point of the Silent Hill mythos, is the fact that you're basically trapped in this town, this area, in your own personal hell that you can never escape. And that's the thing that was great about it. It had great character development, good characters, while some of them were a little bit over the top. It was still a good, grounded game. And he tried comparing it, saying, well, look, they did good with The Medium, and I had to disagree with him. He was a nice guy, but I had to disagree with him, because how do you compare James Sunderland, or whatever his name is, murdering his wife because she was dying of cancer, putting her out of her misery, comparing to basically the equivalent of
edited for YouTube.
Got treated bad by his parents. I hate to say that's a big difference, okay? It's a bit of a big difference if you're murdering somebody that cut down on the fact that they're suffering compared to naughties to children. I've sucked in the first place. And that's the main problem I have with this company, Bloober Team. They absolutely suck at characters. And the main thing about a Silent Hill story would be the damn characters. And that's my main problem with Bloober Team. They suck! They're the wrong people to make this game. You know, you think of all these remakes they've been coming out with that's been pretty damn good, like Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3, which was okay, but still good. All these remakes that can be done so well, so superbly, if you give the right team. But instead of handing it over to a good game studio, even though I've heard that there is a game called Quiet Mountain in development secretly by Kojima, which would be the spiritual successor to the Silent Hill franchise, I don't see that ever coming to fruition, okay? I think that's a pipe dream. But there's so many things, as you can even see from these screenshots that have been leaked, there's actual physical proof of there actually being games of Silent Hill that's been being worked on. Not only were they taken down, but the guy got in trouble for posting these. Now, if you take something down immediately, Konami made them take it down, that says something, because these are actually legitimate shots from some sort of game that's being made. And honestly, I would love to see another Silent Hill game. I don't care if it's a new one. I would prefer a new one. But if you're going to make the remake of the best fucking Silent Hill game ever in fucking existence, a Silent Hill 2, how dare you give it to a company like Bloober Team? Bloober Team, are you out of your fucking minds? What a garbage-ass company and garbage-ass friggin' company of Konami can't even get off their sorry asses to make a good game worth a brick anymore, so they just keep passing it off to nickel and dime things, because I heard there's 3 games coming down. 3 games coming down in the Silent Hill franchise. There's supposed to be the episodic one with the possibility of supermassive games working on it, which that I would actually play. Then there's another one, a cell phone game. A cell phone game with gotcha mechanics, probably some NFTs and some other stupid ass shit in it. I mean, honestly, no. And then the ultimate, the big daddy of them all, the remake of Silent Hill 2, and you're giving it to Bloober Team, a company that it can't prove themselves with shit. I mean, they copyrighted their own ability to do that split screen thing, okay? That was kind of a neat mechanic from the medium. There's also a mechanic that has been copyrighted involving you getting messages on your phone while you're playing a game. Could you imagine that, playing a Silent Hill 2 game and he's calling someone on the phone and you get a message from him telling you maybe a clue of where you should go to look for a clue? That would be fucking phenomenal. But you know what? I don't have the ability to trust a company like Bloober Team to be able to successfully pull this off. They have not proven anything with their track record. The medium was, it visually was nice, okay, but the story was garbage. The character developments was none. And honestly, it wasn't that good of a game. And that's the thing that really seems to bother me about game development anymore. It's not about who you know and who you blow. It's about how much money can you maximize, how much profits can you make. It's not about making a fundamentally good game anymore. And there's so many game studios out there that I would love to see get the Silent Hill IP to be able to do something original, something good. And even if you plan to do a remake of my personal favorite game of all time, Silent Hill 2, you've got to make sure that you give it to the right group, the right company that has the right people in it to do it. And Bloober Team just ain't gonna cut the cheese. They got a stupid name. They don't make good games. I'm not looking forward to this. I long for the day when I could pick up and play another Silent Hill game. I absolutely adore the Silent Hill universe. Even the ones that weren't Silent Hill games, like The Room, that was not originally a Silent Hill game, but they turned it into it. It still kind of worked. But honestly, to go back to the Silent Hill franchise of the actual town of Silent Hill 2, an open world with that gritty atmosphere, those deep, dark characters, that deep, dark, depressing subject matter, the possibility of seeing a red pyramid, aka Pyramid Head, on a current gen system game would be top-notch and phenomenal. And the mechanics wouldn't have to be that difficult. You just add some new puzzles in here and there and stuff like that, but I don't see Bloober Team being the company that can pull this off. All the years I've been waiting for a new Silent fucking Hill, and this is what they got down the pipeline. They buried Kojima's game, which would have been phenomenal from the ground up. It looked beautiful, it was fantastic, it was sick, it was disturbing, it was so damn good it made it to where people long for their PlayStation 4 systems to keep PT on it when Konami took it down because it made the systems more valuable because people were wanting it so bad. But instead, they sweep that under the rug. Konami's a shit company. They've always been sucky. And then instead, they don't sell their IP. Sell it to a company that likes to. Sell it to Insomniac. Sell it to somebody. Let Kojima make it, for crying out loud. But no, instead we're going to get Silent Hill 2 for Bloober Team. I can't wait to see how they turn it around, and instead of having James be the main character about his wife, they're going to probably focus more on the crazy guy with the gun and how his daddy didn't hug him and he had mental health issues, and that's what led to him wanting to murder people. That's not what Silent Hill's about! Silent Hill's about psychological horror. It's about sick and twisted demons that come from your own mind as you're trapped in your own hellscape, trying to make amends for the sins that you did. And I feel like, even out here in the beautiful parts of nature, looking around and enjoying the flora and the fauna, I can't just help but just have this big gut feeling that it's just going to be nothing but a big steaming pile of shit! It almost makes me cry. All I want's a good Silent Hill. Ain't gonna happen. It's not. It's gonna be some crappy ass thing just like the medium, but only reskinned. Leave in the comments below what you think about this. Do you think Bloober Team is really going to do a remake of Silent Hill 2, if it's going to be good or not? Do you think they're going to botch it? What do you think if Supermassive got the license? Wouldn't that be a little bit better? Leave your comments below and answer each and every single one of them. And remember, people, have fun, play hard, and remember, people, the devil's in the details. Peace out, y'all.